So what happens when a company's own digital tools start feeling less like a well-tended garden and more like a field of overgrown weeds? Well, today we're going to dig into how one business decided to rip out all its old clunky systems and plant the seeds for a future that's, well, it's powered by AI. It's a really cool story about turning total frustration into some serious innovation.
Okay, so to really get what they're doing, you have to understand this core analogy they use for everything. They look at their entire business as a plantation. It's pretty simple, right? A product idea, that's a seed. An account you manage, that's your land. And all the tweaks and optimizations you do to make it successful, that's the fertilizer. It's a simple idea, but trust me, it is the key to their entire strategy.
So here's our roadmap. We're going to start with their digital plantation and talk about the challenges that were popping up. Then we'll get into their solution, this Seed to Success program, and the awesome AI assistant that powers it. And finally, we'll look at their big, ambitious vision for the future harvest.
First things first, let's talk about the problems. You know, every garden has its weeds, and in their digital plantation, these weeds were seriously starting to choke out all the good stuff.
You know, the first signs of trouble, they didn't come from some high-level report. Nope. They came directly from the people on the ground floor. Just take this piece of feedback from an account manager. They'd search for one specific product code, and the system would just spit out a bunch of random, unrelated items. It sounds like a tiny glitch, right? But it was a huge symptom of a much bigger issue.
And those tiny glitches were adding up and causing massive headaches. I mean, this slide really paints a picture of the daily grind. Search tools you couldn't trust, features literally disappearing, basic functions just not working. These weren't just little annoyances. They were real, actual roadblocks slowing the whole team down every single day.
And all those daily frustrations? They were pointing to a way bigger, way more expensive problem. As you can see over on the left, a lot of their accounts had become like these untended plots of land, super costly to maintain, but producing almost nothing. They were the total opposite of the productive, high-growth accounts they desperately needed to be competitive.
So facing this digital jungle of overgrown weeds, the company knew that just patching up the old tools wasn't going to cut it. Nope, it was time to basically till the entire field and replant everything with a bold new strategy.
And they call it Seed to Success, or C2S for short. And listen, this was not just another optional webinar you could have playing in the background. It is a mandatory, hands-on training program designed from the ground up to teach every single manager how to plant, manage, and ultimately harvest profitable new products using AI.
In this table right here, this just shows you how serious they are about this whole thing. We're talking a 3-month-long commitment, 3 days a week, for all account managers and product owners. This was not a quick fix. This was a deep, structural investment in totally changing how their team operates. So the training is all built around this really smart, continuous learning loop. First, you learn how to find the right seeds, the best product ideas. Then you apply that knowledge and plant them correctly in the system. Next, you review all the data to fertilize them with improvements. And finally, you improve as a team to make sure you get a great harvest. It's this constant cycle of doing and getting better. All right, now for the part that feels like it's strayed out of the future. Let's look at the engine that's powering this entire transformation, their very own custom-built, proprietary AI assistant.
Looking at this chart, it's so obvious that this is way, way more than a simple chatbot. This AI is designed to be a true partner, integrated across the entire business. It helps with sales, it helps with reservations, operations, even finance and HR. It does a bit of everything.
And this slide right here shows the absolute critical difference. A generic AI, it's kind of like a visitor looking at your house from the sidewalk. It can't come inside and actually do anything. But their AI, it's built into the plantation. It has the keys. It can get into the reservation system, manage bookings while you sleep, and control what they call the watering system, their core operational processes. It's a true digital coworker.
But, and this is a really important but, the AI doesn't just show up on day one ready to go. As the program lead explains here, each and every employee has to train their own personal assistant. And that means every AI becomes totally unique, learning from its human partner to perfectly manage a specific set of products. Your AI will be different from my AI.
So, after all this work, where's it all heading? In this final section, let's take a look at the vision for the harvest. What does success actually look like once all these new seeds are planted and the AI is fully trained and up to speed?
The ultimate goal here is to fundamentally change what the job even is. As this graphic shows, the team is going to transform from being these stressed-out managers putting out fires all day into skilled AI machine operators. They're essentially becoming certified pilots for a really complex, high-performance business engine.
And this whole vision, it's not just some abstract idea, it is tied to a very specific, very real number. 100. That is the target for active, productive accounts. Hitting that goal will earn them top community partner status in their industry, which is a huge deal.
And this chart really lays out the whole journey for you. They're starting from around 40 accounts with a clear, measurable goal of hitting 100. They truly believe that the Seed to Success program combined with their integrated AI are the exact tools they need to more than double their capacity and hit that target.
And the final message they delivered to the team? Well, it was a pretty stark call to action. As you can read here, this isn't just about being more efficient. For them, this is about survival. It's about staying relevant in a world that is adopting AI faster than anyone can keep up. It's adapt or get left behind.
You know, this whole transformation story leaves us with a really critical question, and it applies to way more than just this one company. As AI gets more and more integrated into everything we do, the most important skill is shifting. It's shifting from just doing the task to knowing how to operate the machine that does the task. So the real question for all of us is, are you ready to be an operator?